The summer air was thick with the scent of fresh-cut grass as I pushed the mower across our lawn, the hum of the engine drowning out the world. Last week, Martha, our neighbor across the street, had stood on her porch, arms crossed, her voice sharp as a blade. "You folks always seem to have it so easy," she'd sneered, her eyes narrowing at my tidy yard. I tipped my cap, kept mowing, and let her words dissolve into the heat. Martha's beige house, with its peeling paint, seemed to mirror her bitterness, a woman whose envy and prejudice simmered just beneath her forced smiles. My wife, Angela, and I had moved to this quiet suburban street in Maple Grove for peace, but Martha was a storm cloud threatening our sanctuary. What began with a snide comment would erupt into a battle that would shake our lives to the core. Our neighborhood was the kind you'd see in a real estate ad. Neat lawns, two-car garages, and kids' bikes scattered on driveways. Angela, a senior special agent with the Department of Homeland Security, craved this calm after her high-stakes job battling national threats. At home, she was just a woman who loved tending her roses, experimenting with gourmet recipes, and sipping iced tea on our porch as fireflies danced. Most neighbors were warm. Wilsons brought homemade peach jam, and the Garcias kids apologized sweetly when their soccer ball landed in our yard. But Martha was different. Her complaints were relentless. Our blue welcome mat was too bold. Angela's laughter at a barbecue was disruptive. A single weed by our mailbox was a personal affront. Her racism was subtle at first, veiled in phrases like "you folks" or laments about the neighborhood's changing vibe. Angela, with her sharp instincts, saw through it. "She's not just grumpy," she told me one night, her voice low. "She's dangerous." Angela started a file, logging every slight, every stare, every time Martha's car cruised by our house. I thought it was overcautious, but Angela knew better. Sunday grocery trips were our ritual, a slice of normalcy. Angela handled the essentials: chicken, kale, quinoa, while I grabbed the fun stuff: aged cheddar, dark chocolate, a bottle of Merlot. Our cart overflowed with a week's worth of meals, including ingredients for a casserole for the Wilsons. As we pulled into our driveway, I caught a flicker behind Martha's curtains. "She's watching," I muttered. Angela shrugged. "Let her. It's a free show." We unloaded bags under the warm sun, the air alive with kids' laughter and the scent of blooming jasmine. Then Martha stormed across the street, her face taut with fury. "That's a lot of food," she snapped, standing at the edge of our driveway. "Looks like you're hoarding." Angela, calm but firm, set down a bag. "It's called grocery shopping, Martha. Try it sometime." Martha's face reddened. "My son hasn't eaten properly all day. You should share. It's neighborly." Her son, a lanky teen, had been scarfing burgers on their porch yesterday. Angela's voice turned icy. "This is our food. We paid for it. You should do the same." That was the spark. Martha's eyes flashed with rage. "People like you don't need all that," she hissed, the "you" dripping with venom. "You're probably on welfare anyway. I'm calling the police." She marched back to her house, phone in hand. I stepped inside to clear the kitchen counter, but when I returned, Martha was on her phone, her voice a theatrical sob. "Yes, 9/11. There's a suspicious woman in my neighbor's driveway. She's stealing from their car." The lie was breathtaking. Angela stood frozen, bags in hand, her jaw tight. Martha's performance continued. "She's black, very aggressive. She threatened me and my son." The words were a dagger, evoking a deadly trope. My blood ran cold. This wasn't just a lie, it was a setup to get Angela hurt, or worse. Sirens wailed within minutes. 2 squad cars screeched to a halt, lights flashing. 2 white officers emerged, moving with urgency. The younger one, Officer Reed, barked, "Ma'am, step away from the vehicle." Angela raised her hands, palms open. "Officer, my name is..." The older one, Sergeant Holt, cut her off. "We need your hands and ID now." I shouted, "This is our house. These are our groceries." Holt barely glanced at me. "Everyone lives here until they don't, sir." Martha, leaning against her mailbox, shrieked, "Check their trunk. They're stealing from the food bank." Angela's voice sliced through. "Officer, you need a warrant to search my vehicle." Reed paused, surprised by her precision. Holt, undeterred, cited probable cause from Martha's report. Angela's eyes locked on Martha. "You sure you want to escalate this?" Slowly, she reached for her wallet, ignoring Reed's tense grip on his holster. "I'm retrieving my ID, as requested, she said, her voice steady. She flipped open her wallet, revealing a gold and blue federal badge, Department of Homeland Security. The air shifted. Holt's bravado vanished as he read her credentials. Reed's jaw dropped. Martha's whimpering stopped, replaced by a stammer. What is that? Angela's voice was steel. I'm a senior special agent with Homeland Security Investigations. You're on my property, obstructing me, based on a false, racially motivated report. Holt, now pale, stammered. Let's calm down, ma'am. We need to verify this. Angela was already on her phone. I'm calling my supervisor. He'll be here in 20 minutes. As we waited, Martha's excuses grew frantic. I didn't know. I was protecting my family. Holt silenced her. A black sedan pulled up, and Angela's supervisor, Director Grayson, stepped out. Angela laid out the case. Not just today's lie, but months of harassment, hateful notes, slashed tires, stalking. Grayson's face hardened. Sergeant, we have probable cause to seize her phone. Martha's protests, that's my property, were ignored. A forensic specialist arrived, and a judge was called for a warrant. The phone revealed a cesspool of hate. A group chat, Maple Grove Guardians, showed Martha bragging about terrorizing us. One text read, left a note for those new people. They'll learn. Another, sent before her 911 call. They're unloading groceries, acting like they own the place. I'm calling the cops to say she's robbing them. They'll believe me. Photos of Angela at the store and me mowing the lawn confirmed her obsession. The evidence was damning. Holt nodded to Reed, and they cuffed Martha. Grayson listed her charges: false reporting, stalking, racial intimidation under federal hate crime laws, and obstructing a federal officer. Martha's screams, I didn't know she was an agent, faded as she was led to the squad car. Angela stepped close, her voice low. You assumed I was a criminal because I'm black. Your ignorance isn't an excuse, it's the motive. The trial was a spectacle. News vans lined the courthouse, dubbing it the Maple Grove Karen case. Angela testified with unshakable calm, presenting her file, notes saying, go back to your kind, tire receipts, stalking logs. Martha's texts were displayed for the jury, her hatred in stark black and white. Her defense portraying her as an anxious mother was laughable. On the stand, Martha's defiance crumbled under cross-examination, her racism seeping through. The jury took 2 hours, guilty on all counts. The judge's voice was thunder. You turn law enforcement into a weapon against your neighbors because of their race. This was no mistake, it was a campaign. Martha got 8 years, plus mandatory racial bias counseling. Her house was foreclosed, her son sent to his father. Our street exhaled. We turned our driveway into a symbol of hope, hosting weekly food drives. Neighbors donated generously, and even Holt and Reed appeared, off-duty, to apologize. Angela was promoted, her story a training module for new agents. But peace was fragile. A flyer for a Patriot Values group appeared on my car. A dead crow was left on our porch. Our new neighbor, Carl, a retired teacher, asked probing questions about Angela's work. Her laptop glitched, and she found military-grade spyware, a tool only someone with top-level access could plant. The truth hit like a freight train. Grayson, her supervisor, was the puppet master. He was tied to a white nationalist group, the Sons of Liberty, and had used Martha to discredit Angela, whose investigation was closing in on him. When Martha failed, he promoted Angela to monitor her, planting spyware to track her every move. Angela fought back. Feigning a migraine, we ditched our phones and drove to a motel. Using a burner phone, she called the FBI's Public Integrity Section, detailing Grayson's betrayal. They instructed her to act normal. Back home, Grayson called, his voice oily. We flagged activity on your laptop. I'm sending a team to check it. It was a trap to erase the spyware evidence. Angela's response was a quiet dagger. I'll handle my own security, sir. She hung up, her eyes blazing. The FBI moved swiftly. Days later, Grayson was arrested, his network exposed. Angela testified again, dismantling his operation. The Sons of Liberty collapsed, and Grayson faced life in prison for treason. Our home became our sanctuary again. The food drives grew, and Angela's new role strengthened community, trust, and law enforcement. Carl moved away, his role in Grayson's scheme unclear. We won, not just for us, but for every family targeted by hate. The fight wasn't over, but we'd faced the darkness and prevailed. What do you think? Have you faced prejudice or injustice in your community? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about standing up to hate and building a better future.